Morgue Chat, Sunday, as promised.
Cheers.
Part 2, Burn. Outside, springtime,
Hey,
beautiful.
what did this cat say last week, huh? He said, we're going to bring the sunshine. We got a cloud right now, but it was
nice, yeah. And I'm a freaking prophet.
It's been a good weekend, man. We did a lot for the Independent Music Store Day. Brought a lot of customers into Rockabilly's. They bought up a lot of records. All my crew bought like $150 worth of records a piece. So.
And Victory Records went down there?
Victory Records, yeah. They ended up going down to the Emerald or the Hayloft, I guess, in Mount Clemens to play. So after they did their autograph signings and stuff like that.
Beautiful. And you had like 3 other bands up there?
Yeah. Yeah, we had to, I can't remember the name.
Well, we're going to skip that for now.
Why?
Hey, before we get on to...
They're emo bands. I'm not a big fan, so, you know.
But they came down, they supported.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't bring my, you know, axe because I didn't want to see nobody cry.
No weapons with the emo crowd. Anyway, before we get on, we're going to have, Vern wants to tell you a little bit about the new guy in his band, new drummer, something to look out for.
No, not a new drummer. He's been with us 22 years, our new guitarist. New guitarist, Angry Aryan, fits like a glove. He's our 4th degenerate. Just because Bing, our bass player, decided that he'll never train another guitarist again, but he's forced. He's just fully committed. We played our first show yesterday with him, and he just was on point. The guy he's the 4th degenerate of the band. Angry Aaron, he just rounds us off. I mean, he has the chops to keep up with us, you know, keep up with the changes and the elements that he adds and the dynamic he adds. Just fantastic, you know, the technical to that twangy Greg Ginn Black Flag style guitar. So.
See, and that's what amazes me about bands. You got freaking drummers and bassists out there that say, oh, we're not going to train another guy, fuck, we'll do it as 4-piece or we'll do it as 3-piece, fucking, because we're too damn lazy to train somebody.
Well, we went through 4 guitarists in a year, so.
Yeah, but look what you get in the end.
Absolutely.
You get the guy you need.
Absolutely. When it come down to it, we train whoever the hell we needed.
You gotta do what you gotta do and keep on keeping on.
Yeah, cheers to that.
If you're not doing something, you're doing nothing, ain't you? Okay.
That's not productive.
Speaking of non-productive, now we're going to get back to the reason that we have part 2 of this series, so Vern can bash some people with me.
Aw, shit.
I want to bash the lawmongers, the judicial system, which spends and the congressional system, which spends its time enacting laws to protect fucking weak-ass people and pathetic people that should be erased from this earth to begin with by presenting laws to protect them, harbor them from harm from people like us who would do them some freaking harm.
I don't know one law enforcement that has ever protected or served me, that's for sure. And
no.
Well, the only real rebels or anarchists that really established and made a true revolution happen were the founding fathers of this country that wanted equality and democracy. Them guys said, fuck you, the parliament. Guys. We're going to set up our own, living quarters and states, and they have, laws for it. And then they wrote the Constitution. I'm so far leaning towards being a constitutionalist because, they had a list of, laws that, that had all men created equally, and then they came up with amendments. Now that
Amend
takes your
those laws.
law and that has 3,000 different versions of that or interpretations of that, first, piece of writing that hit parchment on the Constitution. So now, a Constitution you can basically wipe your ass with because it's worth nothing anymore. It's been broken down.
You got to look at amendment number 117 to figure out what that law meant anyway. Hey, that brings to the point that they, back then, our forefathers, our founding fathers who presented us with this Constitution of our rights, if they had a pedophile living next door, they went and fucking shot him. They shot him in the fucking head. If they had a guy thieving all the other houses, they shot him in the fucking head. That's what they did, because that was right. That was righteous. Self-righteousness opposes laws, because if everyone isn't able to be righteous because they're afraid of that law, they will stop being righteous and they will ignore everything and they will have apathy and lethargy and sit in their fucking house while everybody's running amok.
And that's what we got today, and it let it run rampant for 200-300 years now. I heard this from a professor who claimed that have a thriving democracy, there needs to be bloodshed, a revolution every 20 years, tear down the establishment and then rebuild it. I don't know if I agree with, the bloodshed part of it, but, there definitely needs to be a voice of the people that come together as a collective. We're in the 99% of the fucking world, man. Come together as a voice, say, what you really believe in. We know our president's a treasonous. Let's fucking say it.
Exactly. What is treason?
Fuck out.
What is treason? That is something that goes against your country's welfare, that you do as a citizen. Well, the top citizen is the president. The commander-in-chief of the armies is the president. And if he is treasonous in his ways and dealings, then guess
influenced
what?
by so many different
He should be shot.
big business like Halliburton, Brown and Root. All of his cabinet has stock options in Pennzoil. It's gone too far. We're raping and pillaging lands now. This is
Hey, we're going to build that freeway from freaking Mexico to Canada, by the way. And we're taking over Texans' land federally.
If you're going to go to war, just, turn the place into a fucking parking lot, throw up a 7-Eleven, let's book. Don't keep our Americans over there
raise the land
dying for some cause.
You leave nothing.
So Halliburton can sell them Cokes for $10 a piece, our own soldiers.
The Middle East ought to be nothing but oil wells sticking up out of the sand, because that's all they're good for. Just level it. If you're going to go to war with somebody, raise their fucking land to nothing. Let nothing grow again. Let them not grow again.
Saudi Arabia owns
this isn't war.
And they got their fucking cock so far up the Bush's asses, it's pathetic. They own like 3 to 13, I heard this number. Even if it's 3% of our country, that's more than we own. As Americans, we own 1%. The rich own 1% of this country. The other 99% is the median like us that gets crushed.
The middle class? There ain't no middle class. It's a war, and they want to know what side you're on. There's no upper middle class and lower middle class. There's poor and there's rich. They're going to kill off everything in the middle.
Exactly.
And we at Morgue Chat are in the middle, and we want to keep it that way. So you need to vote independent.
Absolutely.
You need to listen to what's happening around you and do something about it, and you need to listen to more antisocial degenerates.
By the way,
you hear them?
The 26th this weekend, this Saturday, we're playing with the Cavity Creeps, Drunk Class Skin. Stomping Ground is not going to be there, but they're bringing another band from out of town. And May 3rd, please be at Smalls.
Saturday, May 3rd.
It is for my boy. He's on dialysis, and it's a very important cause. He's waiting to get on the kidney donor list. It's for the National Kidney Association.
This might turn into part 3.
Second time that we did this, and we want to keep this going in Detroit.